Welcome to Learning to Code with Lego Robotics. We're going to start today by talking just a little bit about how to start a program and what you'll find when you log in. When you first log in, you will enter the lobby. And the way to do this is to click on your Mindstorms app down on your dock. If you can't find that Mindstorms app, look under All Files, and it's either there, or click the arrow down button and you should be able to get to the rest of them. We're going to go back to our Mindstorms app. Oops. There it is. And this is what's known as the lobby. This is what you'll find when you first come in. The first thing you'll see is a list of videos that go through and tell you how to do different things, how to use motors, how to make it turn, how to make it straight. As you move along, some of the things get a little more technical. Things like stopping at a line, following a line. These are using different sensors, how to move something. These are things we will do. The only tricky part about this is these videos have no audio on them. It's just an animation of how to code it. So take your time, look through those. Then when you're ready to start a new program, go to New Program. In order to name it, we got to get some coding blocks on first. So we're going to actually put the coding blocks on. You can see down here, I borrowed a student's robot that they'd already built. They have named this robot Jelly. And we'll talk about what we're doing with that in just a minute or two. So you've got two blocks that you're going to use for right now to start. You're going to look at the Move Tank block, which is this one right here. You can see you just drag it up and attach it. And one of the ways to remember that this is your Move Tank block is that it has the two motors right on it. Okay. Now, you'll also notice that it has a B and C right here. What that means is when you built your robot, you plugged two wires into the B and C ports, showing right down here, and then plug those wires into the motors. There are 4 ports, output ports altogether. We're using the B and C ones for our large motors. So the first thing up on the top, we have this Move Tank menu. If you click the off button, your robot's not going to go anywhere. If you click the on button, it'll go forever until it runs out of battery. We don't want that. You have the ability to turn it on for a few seconds, to turn it on for a number of degrees. We're going to use on for rotations. And what they mean by on for rotations is how many times the wheel will go around one complete spin. There's a little white flag on the outside of your wheels when you built your car, and watching that make one full spin around will really help you understand what a rotation is. So down the bottom, we have this block right here. Says power left. This is how much power is going to your left motor. This one is the power for your right motor. You can change those numbers to whatever you'd like. It's easier to click on this little blue thing and get the numbers. If you don't do that, you end up sliding this, and it's really hard to get an exact number if you're looking for something very specific. I much prefer to use the actual numbers and just click them in and then click off. This right here is your rotations. You need to decide how many rotations you want it to move. So right now it's going straight. Both wheels have the same amount of power. And how many times do you want those wheels to move? I'm going to put in 5. The last block you need to decide is how you're going to have this stop once it's done what it's doing. Are you going to come to a complete stop with a brake, or are you going to coast to a stop? We usually just do a brake stop. So that block will move your robot 5 rotations forward. Now, this right here is a move steering block. Again, you'll see it is also set up for B and C. We are also on for rotations, but the blocks down below are a little bit different. This one right here talks about how you're going to steer your robot. If you watch the arrow right above, are you going to go this way? Are you going to go back that way? Are you going to go all the way around? So if I want a turn to look like that, that means I'm going to turn left. Again, my power is 50. Rotations. Now you got to be careful with rotations on this, because if you want it to take a turn that much and you put in 4 rotations, it's going to take that many turns at that angle. I'm sticking with 1 for right now. And again, we're going to brake to stop. So now that I'm done, I want to do two things. First thing I want to do is I want to go back to my lobby and I want to name this program. I strongly suggest that you don't leave program 1 in here because you'll end up with a lot of program 1s, program 2, program 3, and they won't tell you what you're doing. So if you click on the words, it opens here, and then I'm going to put in trial. You can put in task 1, task 2, task 3, whatever you want. Be careful about making your program names too long. It does seem to confuse these robots, and you might have trouble if you put in special symbols. Hit enter when you're done, and now you can see trial is right there. I'm going to open it back up. There are my coding blocks. And now I'm going to download this code into the robot called Jelly. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to use this blue download arrow. Now, this green arrow will also download it, but it will download it and start it to play. Here's the problem with that. Right now, your robot is connected to your computer with a cord. If you start running that right now and it goes forward 5 rotations and those 5 rotations take the robot right off the edge of the table, your computer may go with it. If you click the download button, it will make that noise, and then your program will be on your robot with the name trial on it. I want you to go ahead and try. You can put in different amounts of rotations, different turns, and just play with this for a couple minutes to get a feel for it. Thank you.